The story begins in a quiet, rural part of Australia. It's Christmas Day. Inside an old, dimly lit house, water is overflowing from the bathtub. The camera moves slowly through the hallway as water floods across the floor. We see an elderly woman, Edna, standing silently, naked and confused. The scene is unsettling, hinting at something deeply wrong. Then, without explanation, the screen cuts to black. We jump to 1 year later. Kay and her daughter Sam, who live in the city, are driving to Edna's countryside home. Edna, who is Kay's elderly mother and Sam's grandmother, has gone missing for several days. Neither neighbors nor friends have seen her. Kay had last spoken to her mother on the phone weeks ago. Concerned and guilty, Kay brings Sam along to check on her. When they arrive at Edna's house, they find it in disarray. The place is dusty, cluttered, and covered in strange black mold patches. On the walls, in corners, and even around the windows, rotten fruit lies on the table. Notes are stuck all over the house. Some are simple reminders like, "Take your pills," or "Turn off the alarm." But others are disturbing. "Don't follow it," and "Keep out." These strange notes, the decaying condition of the home, and the black mold all point to one thing. Edna may be suffering from dementia, a serious memory disorder that affects how a person thinks, remembers, and behaves. Kay files a missing person report at the local police station. She explains that Edna has been living alone for quite some time. As search teams begin combing the nearby woods, dense and close to the property, Sam remains in the house, trying to make sense of Edna's absence. Later that day, Sam hears strange sounds coming from the storeroom. Curious, she investigates, but finds nothing unusual. That night, Sam steps outside for a smoke and runs into Jamie, the son of a neighbor and her childhood friend. He seems afraid to come near the house. He mentions that his father doesn't allow him to go inside anymore. The reason behind this will become clear later. Inside the house, Kay and Sam hear faint thudding noises behind the hallway walls, the same walls where the black mold continues to grow. Kay brushes it off but shares a memory. Edna once told her over the phone that someone had been sneaking into the house, which is why she kept changing the locks. But Kay suspects that her mother was paranoid, possibly even confusing reality with imagination. That night, Kay has a disturbing dream. She sees a decaying old man inside a small, rotting cabin. His body slowly turns completely black, and he dies, alone and forgotten. When Kay wakes up in the morning, she is shocked to find Edna calmly making tea in the kitchen, as if nothing happened. Sam joins her, just as confused. They ask Edna where she's been, but she claims not to remember anything. Her behavior seems off, polite but cold, like something is wrong beneath the surface. Despite being physically fine, it's clear that Edna is mentally unstable. A doctor is called in to examine her. Physically, Edna appears healthy, but the doctor notices something strange, a dark patch spreading across Edna's chest. When questioned about it, Kay pretends she knows nothing. The doctor advises her not to leave Edna alone, as she may no longer be able to care for herself. Kay, however, feels stuck. She has a demanding life in the city and worries she can't look after her mother full time. She quietly begins to consider a difficult decision, placing Edna in a nursing home. That evening, Sam finds an old sketchbook filled with drawings. One of the sketches shows a small wooden cabin that immediately disturbs Kay. When Sam asks what it is, Kay quietly explains that it was her great-grandfather's house, the same man from her nightmare. He also had dementia. He was abandoned by his family and died alone. Some parts of that old house, like the wooden windows and panels, had actually been reused in Edna's current home. The mold and decay, it seems, go deeper than just the surface, both physically and emotionally. Later that night, Edna gives Sam a ring, a simple but meaningful gesture. Yet something about Edna's expression feels strange, like she's not fully present. That night, Kay wakes up and sees Edna muttering to herself in the living room. Her behavior becomes more erratic. She insists there's someone under her bed. Kay checks, finds nothing, and tries to calm her, but Edna suddenly throws a book at her head, an act that feels both desperate and aggressive. Kay gets angry, suspecting Edna might be losing control. The next day, Kay drives to Melbourne and visits a luxurious nursing home. The staff is kind, the rooms are clean, and the care seems ideal. But the decision weighs heavily on her. Even though the place looks perfect, she knows deep down that putting her mother there feels like a betrayal. On the drive back, Kay breaks down crying in the car, torn between responsibility and guilt. Back at home, things temporarily calm down. Edna and Sam spend time together. They listen to music and even dance in the living room. For a brief moment, it seems like Edna is her old self again, warm, loving, and happy. But when Sam casually tells Edna that Kay is planning to send her to a care facility, everything changes. Edna's mood shifts instantly. Her face hardens, and without a word, she tries to snatch the ring back from Sam, the same one she gave her the night before. It's a chilling moment that shows how unpredictable and dangerous dementia can be. That night, Sam sees Edna standing alone by the storeroom door. When she asks what she's doing, Edna says that the thing sneaking into her home must be hiding in there. Her voice is shaky, but serious. She whispers strange things and seems convinced that someone is watching them. It's now becoming clear. Edna is aware that Kay wants to send her away. She feels betrayed, unsafe in her own home, and afraid of losing control, not just of the house, but of her identity. That night, Kay has another haunting nightmare. She sees Edna trapped inside the same old cabin from before. The glass windows are covered in the same black mold that's spreading across Edna's body. The dream isn't just random, it's symbolic. The mold represents decay, memory loss, and generational trauma. It's as if the darkness isn't just inside the house, it's inside the bloodline. The next morning, Sam goes to speak to Jamie's father, the neighbor, and learns a dark truth. Months ago, Edna and Jamie were playing hide and seek. Jamie, who has Down syndrome, had hidden inside the storeroom. Edna forgot about the game and accidentally locked him inside. He banged on the walls for hours, but Edna never came. Since then, Jamie's father has forbidden him from going near the house. Sam is horrified and apologizes. It's the first time she truly sees the danger of Edna's condition, not just emotionally, but physically. Meanwhile, back at the house, Edna walks outside carrying the family photo album. Kay sees her and quietly follows. What she witnesses is disturbing. Edna is chewing and eating some of the photographs while whispering to them softly, as if trying to hold on to fading memories. Then, she begins to bury the rest of the album in the dirt. Horrified, Kay rushes forward to stop her. Edna reacts angrily and says, "This is the only way to save the memories. Otherwise, I'll lose everything." In that moment, Kay realizes how severely her mother's mind has decayed. It's more than dementia. It's as if her identity itself is slipping away. Overcome with emotion, Kay breaks down crying. She tells Edna that she won't leave her alone again. She hugs her tightly, silently promising to stay and take care of her, no matter what. Later that evening, Sam grows suspicious about the storeroom, the same place where she'd earlier heard strange noises. Determined to find out the truth, she decides to investigate. She opens the storeroom door and discovers a narrow hallway, dimly lit, with walls covered in black mold and faded sticky notes, just like the ones found around the house. As she walks deeper inside, the space begins to transform. The hallway seems to twist and narrow. Doors appear where there were none. The walls feel like they're closing in. It's not just a room anymore, it's a shifting maze, like a living, breathing labyrinth. And when Sam turns around, she realizes something terrifying. The door she entered from is no longer there. She's trapped. Meanwhile, inside the main house, Edna is in the bathtub, and things have taken a disturbing turn. The black mold on her chest has spread violently across her body. Edna, panicking and in pain, takes a knife and begins slicing her own chest in an attempt to dig out whatever is infecting her. The tub begins to overflow. Hearing the sound of water overflowing, Kay rushes to the bathroom. She knocks and calls out. When there's no response, she breaks the door open and finds Edna inside the tub, her chest covered in spreading black mold, and a knife in her hand, midway through trying to cut the infection out of her own skin. Shocked, Kay asks, "What happened to your chest?" Suddenly, The entire house goes dark. The electricity cuts out, plunging everything into silence and shadows. Kay lights a candle and begins to search the house. She sees Edna run down the hallway and disappear into the storeroom, the same maze where Sam is already lost. With no other option, Kay follows her inside. Then something strange happens. Edna's white skin starts to fall off. Her face and body begin to change color. She starts turning into a monster, just like what Kay had seen in her dream. The same dream about her great-grandfather. Now, Edna becomes violent and starts attacking, as if she is possessed by a demon. Seeing this, Kay runs away in fear because Edna's body is moving in a strange, unnatural way. While running, Kay and Sam find each other. They find a wall made of wood and start hitting it with a steel rod to break through. But Edna follows them and attacks again. When the three of them return to the hall, Kay strikes Edna, causing her to fall. By now, most of Edna's skin has already peeled off, but the truth is, this wasn't just a physical change. It was something deeper, a mental and emotional collapse. Edna was slowly dying from the inside. Now Kay and Sam try to leave the house, but as Kay looks at the front glass, she remembers her dream, how her great-grandfather was left to die alone. She realizes that she is about to do the same thing to her mother. Feeling guilty, Kay returns inside, picks up Edna's dark, dying body, and gently places her on the bed. All her white skin has now fallen off. Kay looks at the horrifying creature and kisses her. This moment shows that Kay has finally accepted her mother's condition and aging, no matter how terrifying it looks. Then Kay lies down beside her mother. A few moments later, Sam also comes in and lies next to them. While lying there, Sam notices a black spot on Kay's back, which means that dementia runs in their family, and now it might be passed on to Kay too. Maybe one day, Sam will have to see her mother like this, in the same condition. And this is where the film ends. Relic is not just about horror. It's about what happens when someone you love starts to disappear slowly. Not from the outside, but from the inside. Edna isn't fighting a ghost. She's fighting dementia, a slow, painful illness that takes away your memories, your identity, and your control. The black mold in the house shows how this illness spreads silently, without warning. The maze represents her confused mind, where even her loved ones feel lost. And her transformation into a monster isn't to scare us. It's to show what it feels like when a person becomes someone you no longer recognize. But the film isn't just about Edna. It's about her daughter Kay too, who is afraid, guilty, and unsure what to do. Like many of us, she wants to help, but doesn't know how. In the end, instead of running away, Kay chooses to stay. She accepts her mother, even in her most terrifying form. That's the real message of Relic. Don't run from those who are fading. Hold them, stay with them, love them, even when it hurts. Because one day, it could be us.